Travis Smith is currently playing the role of Mark in BBC One's The A Word. I recently made a show with Travis and looked at the many aspects of his life, including how, as a 16-year-old, he copes and deals with autism.
Well, I play a character called Mark. He's 17, or nearly same as age as me. The way I can describe him the best I can is that he is pretty much me at a much younger age. Very anxious, very low in confidence, lacks the ability to do things for himself, relies on his mum quite a lot. And of course, me being on the spectrum myself, I had to draw a lot of what I used to be and who I used to be, bring it back and put it into Mark himself, which is what they required for the role. And of course, something like that, it could be emotionally taxing because the past was quite a difficult one for me, as it is for Mark, my character. Things like meltdowns, anxiety attacks, things like that. It could be very emotionally draining for me at certain times, but it was all very fun, no complaints here. The things I had to struggle with autism, it was a lot more challenging in my younger years, especially in a school environment, primary school mostly. I never liked school. I went from school to school for different reasons, anxiety, bullying. I was out of school more than I was in. My education was my bed, basically, because the majority of the time I was far too anxious to even leave the house. And even when I was in school, I would normally get in trouble or even sent home for behavioural problems, which normally comes from a lack of understanding. I'm not naming any names, but I was normally seen as the naughty kid in school. I wouldn't leave the house. There was a point in my life I hardly left the house for about 2.5 years. And it was the lowest point of my life. I was obese, literally. My heaviest was about 23 stone. That is terrible for a person at the age that I was. I wouldn't leave the house, I wouldn't have any friends to talk to, I would feel distant from my family, even the ones I live with, like my mum. My parents were divorced, which at the time I found it very hard to accept, and it was before my mum met my stepdad, and I felt incredibly alone, I felt helpless, and there were certain days where I would wake up and I would go down lists of reasons, and I would kill my mum just giving her lists and reason after reason as to why I did not want to go on living. And there was actually one occasion actually where I got a knife from the kitchen drawer, I put it in my mum's hand and I said, "Please kill me." And yeah, hadn't happened recently though, so all good. All good. I'm a lot better now. Never doing that again.
Travis works at Able Radio under a training scheme in conjunction with Elite Supported Employment. It is this opportunity that he feels has allowed him the experience to extend his reach into the wider world of TV and entertainment.
All ever was. Able has been a very life-changing experience for me. I mean, I've been transformed from Able. I came to Able as a very anxious, very nervous little boy, really, in the mindset. I was still I don't look little, but I was very little in the mindset. And I like to think that Able is slowly transforming me into an adult, in a way. As I get older now, I need to learn how to be a man, as it is, and I really cannot thank Able and everyone here enough for helping me become the person that I want to be and helping me find myself in a way. I would not be where I am today if it were not for Able. Now that I'm slowly learning more and more about people and myself, really, every day I find it a lot easier to get in the mindset of, okay, this person is happier in a certain situation, they find certain situations easier. That's them. I'm me. And it doesn't matter if I find a certain situation hard, I can make the necessary steps to make that easier until I can do it just as easy as a person or even better. I have learnt to understand that every person is unique and different in their own way, and I should not be ashamed or angry at myself because of someone else's uniqueness or how different they can be. And I really have learned to find myself, and that's part of not only Able and how they have transformed me, once again Able, but maturity, puberty in a way. I think that's really helped as well.
Travis Smith is playing the role of Mark and can be seen in Series 2 of The A Word on BBC TV.